2006 has seen a lot of growth in blogging. David Cymfony notes that the number of blogs has grown from 27 million to over 50 million. And yet, the Business Blogging Wiki notes that only 30 of the Fortune 500 companies have blogs. So far, companies have been holding back. But recently I've seen 5 trends that I think indicate that corporate blogs will really take off in 2007. The first of these trends is that more mainstream industries are joining the corporate blog list. It makes sense that Microsoft and Oracle and high-tech companies like that have been the pioneers in blogging. It makes perfect business sense for them. But now we're seeing companies like Nike, Starwood Hotels, McDonald's, and Wells Fargo. More mainstream companies that have non-digital type products. But they're finding ways to use blogs to reach out and communicate more directly with a very wide range of their constituents and audiences. Second of all, we see that the blogging topics are diversifying. A lot of the tech companies were using it as a product development tool. Other companies like Boeing were using it as more of a corporate strategy communication tool. But now some of these new companies are doing very different things. McDonald's is using it to address a number of their corporate social responsibility initiatives, from employment practices to packaging and purchasing. Starwood Hotels has a wide range of blog topics to help their traveling constituents with tips and ways to make traveling easier, with new kinds of mobile devices that help them do business better while they're on the road, and of course the occasional topic about their hotels and resorts. Wells Fargo used the anniversary of the San Francisco earthquake of 1906 to become a voice for emergency preparedness in their service areas and helping their customers and prospects with a wide range of tips on how to be prepared. So I think this range of topics will stimulate other creative thinking for other companies who can think about how to use a blog to reach different goals that they may have. The third indicator is that interest in best practices continues to grow. And we at Cymfony have had personal experience with that. We did a survey with one of our PR agency partners, Porter Novelli, and had a tremendous acceptance to that and tremendous attendance to the webinar when we revealed the results. But the results themselves say a lot about where blogging is going. About 36% of the participants currently have a blog, but 2/3 of them said they were likely to have a blog in 2007. So we see a lot of growth going on there. And beyond that, 89% agreed that blog importance will increase over the next 3 years. So I think 2007 will be a big growth year, and it will continue in 2008 and 2009. One of the other interesting indicators that came out of that study we did with Porter Novelli is that companies are having actually very positive results, decreasing the fear factor that I think initially drove interest in blogs. The example that the Kryptonite Lock Company had, and of course Dan Rather's missteps that were pointed out in the blogosphere, had a lot of companies fearful of what would happen to them if they stepped into the blogosphere. But our survey showed that negative experiences were the exception. About 40% of the respondents said a blog post had impacted their company, and 90% of those said the impact was actually positive. And 75% said that the blogs had achieved their initial goals. So all of that adds up to a very positive story for those early adopters in blogs. And so I think as knowledge about those kinds of benefits spread, it will encourage more companies to get into blogging and seek it out as a way to help boost their business rather than simply protect from potential attacks. The fifth and final indicator is, again, from our study with Porter Novelli. Companies are finding that social media can be a source of insight into their customers and markets. The top 3 reasons that people gave for monitoring blogs were to discover emerging trends, to gain competitive insight, and to understand the word of mouth about their company. again, that idea of the fear factor and monitoring potential negative issues was much lower on the list. And we all know that staying in tune with market trends and competitive moves are really important for a company to do on a daily basis. And so it's something that doesn't happen every now and then when a crisis strikes, but it's something that companies do day in and day out. So based on these indicators, I'm very positive about what 2007 holds for corporate blogging. But will this change the freewheeling nature of blogs? I don't think so. I think we'll still see that diversity of voices and that freewheeling nature emerge. But then in the next year or so, we'll see the voice of business, which is currently almost absent from the dialogue, have a more prominent presence. So hopefully this gives you some interesting things to think about. Please do come to our website. We have full copies of that Porter Novelli study and other materials to help you understand the social media world and how this impacts marketing strategies in what we call the Influence 2 world. And check out our blog. And of course, give us a call if we can help you. Thank you very much.